everyone, welcome back to Ravers Mead, welcome back to another video. So today's video is something that's actually been requested a few times over the last few months. So I'm going to take you around today and just give you a little introduction to who we are, all the horses, and what we do here, and give you a little bit of backstory really. So we've been here at Ravers Mead for, it must be getting on for 10 years now. Wow, that's a long time. That's a long time to be here. Yeah, must be 10 years, close to a decade now. And when we bought this place, it was literally raw land. There were no fences, no anything. All that was here was this stable block that I'm stood in front of now, this one. And I can tell you now, it did not look anything like this. It's had a lot of work done on it. It needs replacing really, but it keeps limping along. It's doing good. It's doing okay. It's had a new roof. It's had a lot of maintenance, a lot of paint work done on it. Done a lot of internal work on it as well. But it was literally just a shell of a building when we came here, and that was it. There was nothing. It was that building, which like I said was a shell at the time, and 2.5 acres of open land. No facilities at all, no water, no nothing really. So we've done quite a lot here, looking back on it. We've done an awful lot here actually in the time we've been here. We've had a lot of horses here in the time that we've been here. So we've currently got 4 horses, Nell, Blue, Woody and Stumpy. I often joke and say we've got 3.5 horses because Stumpy's so tiny, but I'm not sure if that's insulting to her maybe. And yeah, we do a little bit of everything with them. We ride, we drive, we compete, we do a little bit of jumping, a little bit of dressage, a little bit of showing. Nothing particularly high end. I'm not, particularly skilled in any field, shall we say, but I like to have a go at a bit of everything. So I'm going to go and grab one of the horses in, and we can get to know them one by one. So this is Stumpy. Stumpy is a miniature Shetland. She is 15 years old. She is a little over 7 hands high, so she is at the smaller end of the miniature Shetland scale. She is a mini basically, aren't you, sweet pea? However, she is absolutely gorgeous and she's perfectly formed. She doesn't suffer from dwarfism or anything like that. She has no she's no deformities or anything like that as a result of her being so small. She is absolutely gorgeous, bless her. So Stumpy started off her life as a ridden pony. Well, actually, okay, so as far as we know, she started off as a ridden pony. We do have our suspicions that she may have been a broodmare for a few years in her early life, but we don't know that for sure. We have no confirmation of one way or the other. Where you going, monkey? But she actually came from a friend of ours. We got her from a friend of ours, and she was a child's pony. She was a lead rein pony for a few years, and then we took her on and we taught her to drive. So she's a driving pony with us. I've done a little bit of trick training with her as well, but I need to do more studying on how to teach a horse trick training because we kind of hit a wall with it. She's really enthusiastic. She loves to learn. She loves to work. She absolutely loves pulling her little cart. We've taken her to competitions before. She's won at agricultural fairs before in her little cart. She's awesome, aren't you, babe? Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much her story with us. You're a sweet girl. She's so lovely. For a Shetland pony as well, and everybody who meets her says this, all the vets say this, is that she is incredibly sweet-natured. Like a lot of Shetland ponies, a lot of small ponies have this sort of reputation of being bad-tempered and difficult to deal with, and she's neither of those things. She is incredibly sweet-tempered and incredibly easy to deal with and incredibly trainable. Aren't you, honey? Should we pop you back out in the field? Yeah? Are we done with your introduction? You're a good girl, aren't you? I'll take you out with Nelly in a bit. Okay? Good girl. Right, I'm going to pop her back out in her field. Well, technically not in her field, actually. I'm just going to chuck her out and let her have some grass for a couple of hours. But yeah, I'm going to pop her back out now and we'll go get the next one in. I'll go grab Nellie now and introduce you to her. So this is Nellie, who is munching away on some weeds down there. Good girl. What a pretty girl. Yeah, so this is Nellie. She's a 15-2 traditional gypsy cob. She's piebald, just black and white. She is a ride and drive pony, so we actually bought her as a 3-year-old. She was already backed and riding, and we sort of brought her on. She's been used more as a hacking pony than anything else. Schooling and competing never really sat well with her. She didn't enjoy it. She's not built for it. She was actually bred, her heritage, she's from a long line of driving ponies, wagon horses, and so her conformation doesn't really suit schooling. She's built for pulling, basically. And we taught her to drive. We actually taught Stumpy to drive as well. I forgot to mention that a minute ago. So we trained both the girls to harness. So now there's a little bit of driving, a little bit of riding, mostly hacking. She is 14 years old. Aren't you, sweet pea? You're starting to get a few grey hairs now, which I'm not happy about. Pretty girl. Starting to get a few grey hairs now. She's a very sweet girl. She's very kind-natured. She is, and always has been, the safe one. She's the one that I've always trusted completely and 100%. She is just such a kind, caring girl. She always looks after her rider. If ever I've got friends coming out to ride, she's always the one I put them on. If ever I'm feeling a bit poorly or if I have my confidence knocked, she's always the one I'll go and ride. She's just a very, very sweet, lovely girl, aren't you? Yeah. This is Woodster. Woody, I should say. This is what I call him, Woodster. Among other nicknames, actually, which you may have heard uttered in videos. But yeah, this is Woody. He is a traditional gypsy cob. He is a red Blagden. So he's got a white base with red flecks all through his coat. He is just about 16 hands high, which is quite large for a gypsy cob. Most of them tend to be in the sort of 14 to 15 hands range, so he's definitely a big boy for his breed. We think he's got some Clydesdale genetics in him. He moves like a Clydesdale, he acts like a Clydesdale, he looks like a Clydesdale. He is chasing birds. What are you doing, sausage? Woody! He doesn't want to be on camera, bless him. Mr. Woodster! Hey, come back! Good lad. Oh, you don't like the camera, do you? So Woody, he is a riding horse. He's my special boy. He's Mummy's special boy, this one. We got him as a weanling. He is 12 years old now. We bought him as a weanling. We don't know exactly how old he was when we got him. He wasn't passported. We didn't know who the breeder was or anything like that. So yeah, he was a bit of a mystery boy. He was a very sickly baby as well. He had a lot of problems as a baby. But he's turned out absolutely stunning. It is a true ugly duckling story with this one. You got an itch, darling? You got an itch? Yeah, so he's done quite a lot of ridden work. He's done a lot of competitions in his life. I've done lots of low-level dressage with him. I've done the odd show jumping, clear round with him. And we've done lots of showing with him, lots of ridden showing, which he's done pretty well at. He has been to Toys before, that's the Traditional of the Year show, but we didn't place anywhere. We went on one of the open days, so it's kind of just like a normal horse show on the first 2 days, and then you have the championships on the Saturday, which funnily enough is actually happening today. It's Toys weekend this weekend as I'm shooting this. So he's been to Toys, he's been to some quite big shows. I haven't done an awful lot with him this year, but the plan is next year to get him out doing lots of competitive stuff again. I might focus more on dressage with him. He likes to have more to think about than he gets in the show ring. I think he finds it a little bit boring, doesn't quite see the point, but he does pretty well. He has been trained to harness as well. I did train him to drive as a 3-year-old. I backed him myself as well, so all of his training has been done by me. I trained him to drive as a 3-year-old, but he proved to be not entirely safe as a driving pony. He's always had these kind of erratic outbursts, as I call them, and he bolted a few times while long reining really badly, and he's bolted in the cart before, so we just deemed him not safe for driving. Given me a few issues with ridden problems over the years as well. He's never been an easy boy, have you? You've certainly kept me on my toes and you've taught me a lot, mister. Yeah, definitely not an easy boy to deal with. But he's so sweet and he's so lovely. And look at him. Just look at that face. Look at that gorgeous little face. He really doesn't like the camera today, bless him. It's hilarious. Are you Grumps? Are you Grumps? What's the matter? Huh? Oh, special boy doesn't want to play today. That's all right. We'll go out for a ride in a bit, darling. I'll cheer you up. Yeah? I'll cheer you up. So yeah, this is Mr. Woodster. You know, his handsome glory. Woody. Mr. Woodster. Oh, he's a handsome boy. Oh. Okay, and last but not least, we have Blueberry. Say hello, Baloo. None of them seem to be very amused with the camera today. Is it because it's sleeping time? I suppose I'm normally at work at this time, so normally they'd have their breakfast in the morning. I'd come down, feed them, and then go to work and leave them in peace for the day. So maybe that's why they're a bit grumpy. They're not used to me being here at this time of day. But hey ho. Anyway, this is Blue. Who's looking very sleepy right now. He is a traditional gypsy cob as well. He is a blue Blagden, so you can see he's got like blue flecks through a white coat. He is 9 years old. He is about 15.1, 15.2, somewhere around there. And he's the baby of the group, basically. Literally and in his own head, he's definitely the baby of the group in his head, aren't you, sweet boy? And he is our show pony, basically. He loves the show ring. He loves to show off. He loves to prance around and show everyone how gorgeous he is. He's good at it. He loves it. He wins most things we take him to. So we've got high hopes for him for next year. We've got a few local shows planned for the rest of this year with him. But yeah, he is, without a shadow of a doubt, he is the show pony of the family. Aren't you, darling? Yeah. And he also has a very good aptitude for dressage as well. He's very intelligent. He's very good on his feet. So I think we've definitely got a very good future ahead of you, haven't we, sir? However, Blue's early days with us were not the easiest, shall we say. So we got him again as a 3-year-old. And he was pretty much unhandled. I mean, if he had been handled, he'd been handled very badly, let's put it that way. We got him from a friend of ours who deals with horses. She'd literally only had him a few days when Mum saw the ad for him and we went over and picked him up. He was originally purchased actually as a driving pair for Woody, but that kind of fell by the wayside. That hasn't happened yet. We've done a little bit of driving training with this one, but we've never had him in the cart. We've done all the long reining and the desensitising and everything, but we're yet to actually put him to the cart. So maybe that's something I'll have to play with over the next few weeks. But yeah, early days with this one, difficult. He was very aggressive, very bolshy, very rude. He used to bite, he used to kick. Didn't you, troublemaker? He's got really bad sweet itch as well. Not that you can tell at the moment. He's looking pretty good this year. He's got a few marks on his face, I've just noticed. But for the most part, it's not been an awful year for sweet itch, which has been a nice break. Oh, he is itchy though, bless him. I've got itchy ears. Should we put some stuff in them in a minute, darling? Yeah, so Blue is definitely high maintenance, but he's totally worth it. He has turned into such a sweet boy. With us anyway. I don't know if anybody's been here for very long. You would have seen a few weeks ago that we attempted to turn him out with the rest of the group. It worked for a short while, but then he went back to his old grumpy self and was fighting, and there was a bit of damage done to some of the other horses. So I think it is the bachelor lifestyle for him, it is the solitary lifestyle for him, but he's very sweet with us now, very, very sweet. It's almost a shame that I hadn't started doing YouTube years ago, because the comparison from, hey, don't rub yourself, you'll make it sore. The comparison from then and now with this one is quite shocking actually. He's come an awful long way, haven't you, sweet boy? You've done really well. Yeah, you have. You're a good boy. Yeah. And he is such a sweetie now. He's just got his quirks, bless him. But I've done all of his training again. I backed him. We've dealt with his attitude problems. We've dealt with his feet problems. Still a bit of an ongoing problem with his feet, but it's not nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Always dealing with his sweet itch problems. As you can see, he's trying to rub himself raw right now. I'll put some cream on him in a minute. Yeah, he's definitely a keeper, this one. We didn't always view it like that, I'll be honest with you, darling. It's come close a few times, hasn't it? But he's definitely a keeper. We've got high hopes for him. Sweet, sweet boy. Baloo! Okay, so that's all of the horses met and done. Hello, Taz. So we have a couple of dogs as well. This is Taz. I don't know where Tia is at the moment. She's probably off down the field chasing pigeons or crows or something. She loves to chase birds, but she's the little black dog that you'll see in the videos sometimes, running around like an absolute headless chicken. Taz here is our resident rat catcher, aren't you, sir? You took over from Billy when he died. Billy was my cat. He is in some of my older videos actually, but he passed away in December. So Taz has taken over Chief Rat Patrol in Billy's absence, and we also have the pig, who's all the way down in the bottom field at the moment. Got a few videos with her in actually. I did a recent video about the pig. She decided to break out and destroy our bedding shed, which was great fun. That was great fun cleaning up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's our little introduction to Ravers Mead and to our horses. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments down below or send me a message or anything. I'm happy to answer questions. I do, however, need to go sort Mr. Blueser out because he is itching like crazy. Check this out. What are you doing, special boy? You got an itchy butt? You got an itchy butt? Oh, you can't quite reach, can you? All right, darling, I'll sort you out in a sec. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like I said, if you have any questions, just ping them over, pop them in the comments. If you're enjoying our videos, please do like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow, helps us to reach more people. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye!